Okay, I'm going to show you a sort of easier and foolproof way to disable the brake pad wear sensor warning light on a 2000 to 2002 Audi S4. Probably work on A4s too. So if you have big brakes, 18Zs or whatever, the pads obviously don't have wear sensor connectors. So you get this light on the dash. The way most people get rid of it is they go to both front wheels, disconnect the old wear sensor from the stock brakes, and then twist the wires together or solder the wires on both sides. But that didn't work for me because actually one of the wear sensor wires is completely missing from the passenger side of this car. So this is another way to get rid of this light. What you're gonna need is, I just stole a wire with a pin on it from like some kind of old PC fan connector, I think. You can basically just press down a little tab to pull that little black plastic sheath off of there, and then you'll have the wire with the pin on it. And then on the other end of that wire, you're gonna put a ring connector. Either I soldered mine into a ring connector, but you can probably crimp it on. It's just a pretty small wire. So there's a screw back there behind the cluster. That is a perfect ground location. So I just have this wire here with the bare pin on the end, and that's what you're going to use. So it's just a wire connecting to ground back there. So in the back of the cluster, there's this blue connector right here on this side. Basically, just flip this little lever up, pull this out. But so this connector, you can just take it apart really easy. There's this little purple sort of retaining clip, just slides off. And then, see if I can do this here. Basically, all you gotta do is pull this, and the connector comes out of that covering. So if you look at this side of the connector, you can see this wire that's second from the end here. It's brown with a green stripe. That's the one you're going to be pulling out and replacing with the wire to ground. There's probably many ways to do this. I think actually this black pin right here next to it is also ground, so you could probably just jumper those two wires there, but this is the way that I did it. So I've already kind of loosened this up, but you just take a little pick and sort of press on. There's a tab in there that holds the pin into that little holder. So just pull that wire out, tape this up, and then take your ground wire. This is going to be a little difficult to do holding the phone, but take the ground wire that you connected back there behind the cluster, and if you manage to get the same sort of size pin, it will just actually slide into that little protector there, and you push it all the way down so that it goes inside the plastic. I'm going to do this off camera real quick. So as you can see, I just slid that little ground wire pin into that slot there, pushed it all the way down to the bottom so that it's going to make contact with the pin at the cluster. And then this is, you see that little sort of tab there on this connector, that's just going to slide back directly on there, and then that little purple retaining clip is going to go back in place. Alright, so just to show that this is working, I've plugged the blue connector back in there. I didn't put, assemble the whole connector yet. This is just temporary. But just to show you what you're trying to do here. And now I'll turn on the key. Warning light is gone. No lights on the cluster. That's pretty cool. So like I said, there's many ways to do this, I'm sure. Probably some are even easier than this. But that's the idea, is that you just want to connect that second pin down to ground. And that's it. That's the indicator light. I'm going to zip tie this all back in place and put electrical tape over the old wire. And that's it.